sports, it's in the game.
Welcome to the, what is it, the 5th or the 6th? I don't remember. Something Alpha Beta. I mean, Alpha Beta NFL coaches. It's always one of our favorite things out of the year. Our audience doesn't like football, but we don't care. It's too bad. It wouldn't be very alpha if we caved to that.
Yeah, exactly.
That demand. But of course, we're always joined by Marcus Johnson, who, if you are a football fan and you don't check out Tape Don't Lie, I'm on there once a week with them on Friday nights, Friday Night Live. Very, very fun conversations that we have on there. Marcus, did somebody threaten us?
Yes. Somebody's gonna shoot up our gambling podcast. Yeah.
I mean, I thought this would happen a lot sooner in my it's a different venue, but tell me.
Yeah, it happened for me because I started rapping again, and I just said I was feeling myself and that I could take him in a battle. But I guess I wasn't really paying attention to him, so I did a song with I did a video with my friend. Who I had for a long time, and he's been doing videos for him. So then I just went and checked out one of his songs, and I was like, he was talking about stomping holy grails and shit like that. You know how I am with my angel shit, and he was just talking a little real crazy. But I was like, what, that could just be battle rap, right? He's just trying to think he's a demon. But then I went to this other song called it was called Merc Mob or something like that. And he was he said for sneak diss, and he's gonna shoot up to our podcast, and he doesn't care if we talk about bookings.
Damn. How do you shoot up a podcast?
Maybe he's gonna shoot up my house.
I can't help you either.
I know. It's just me. I just be out here by myself.
I thought it would be because you guys burned the Hunter Renfrow over under last year. I thought it was gonna be one of those situations.
I thought we gave him bad advice.
Yeah.
Maybe we did. Maybe that's part
of
it. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. You said the Texans is gonna win some game or something like that. Maybe he's bad
Mayor
about that.
Futures last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wait, so this guy's anti-Christian and also anti-gambling?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, damn. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, you're all on your own there. Yeah, that is on an island.
I'm facing a demon, guys.
Anyways, guys, action-packed channel over there at Tape Don't Lie. Everybody go check that out for sure. Now, we have much to discuss as we always do. Last year, I forgot we did it after week 2. I was like, wow, that was funny. So we had knee-jerk reactions and stuff, and our own Antonio Pierce was 1-1 at the time, so we were a little nice. To him. It's funny.
Ravens, dude,
after the Ravens win, so it was a playoff team they beat. Which goes to show you the first 2 weeks of the NFL season kind of don't matter. So Sai, I will, without a doubt, actually, I'm sorry. One more thing. We're almost eligible for the 40 and up football league, guys. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that. That shit rules. I can't get God. It. I would watch that over a lot of sports.
Yeah, I'm a month away from 40, so I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I got my back cut already.
Dude, that's where Merc Mob might find you.
Yeah.
Headhunters.
He's like, yeah, that's crazy. So there's the 40 up, man, they're hitting on there. I got my injury, I got my 30 plus ailments. They talk shit. I know they have an audience. It's really funny. But I think it's great. I mean, to be honest, I rate the entire thing as alpha, because if you put full pads on at 40, you are nuts.
Yeah, you're crazy, man. Crazy, man. You just like pain.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, you like I saw one guy. There was this one guy. He was like a small little running back. He's like a little Deuce Vaughn running back. Because I thought it was like Pee-wee at first, and I was like, oh wait, these are grown men, this is crazy. And he was running, I mean, he was cutting and everything. I was like, man, this dude was probably like junior college, like pretty good. Some safety came in, leveled him. I mean, this was like, oh my god, it was like Steve Atwater. It might have been Steve Atwater. And he just his ass out.
It is 40 and up, man. He's out there.
He's eligible. That would be funny. Aaron Rodgers should do one of those videos like how Jared Goff did that one time, where Jared Goff put like a beard and went to like some D3 school and was like, I'm gonna walk on quarterback, and he was like tossing it around the field. Aaron Rodgers should go out there like with a thing, and technically he's qualified.
No, we need the Ice Cube, like the Ice Cube League, for the big three or some shit. But
I think there's something there though. I think this is excellent. Like it's entertaining. I mean, even from a clip standpoint, I was cracking up at some of these, man. A lot of soft tissue injuries, which that's the sad part is like, I'd rather you get laid out than get a soft tissue injury. That's we're reminded of true reality. So everybody check that out. If you haven't seen those clips, that's some of my favorite things I've seen on social media, which is, it's not often you see genuinely positive, fun stuff on social media. So, I'm passing it over to you. You are running the show here. We're adding over and unders to the teams this year for context here. So to see if Vegas thinks they're good too. So go ahead.
You guys know the rules, and like Glenn has mentioned before, this is all analytical and not our opinions, not our opinions at all. This is pure, like, we just run the code and it spits out.
We try to interpret it, like kind of interpret the code. Yeah.
Like we have no control over what. Yeah, exactly. But
this is all from his tape knowledge, and this is from our machine, obviously. That's
exactly.
We're starting with the NFC this time, I guess.
NFC North. Green Bay Packers win total over under 9.5 this year. Matt LaFleur.
Go ahead, Mark.
LaFleur. I'm gonna go out for Matt LaFleur just because I think he just thinking about what he's done over there with the Packers. The Packers have stayed steady. They keep winning without Aaron Rodgers. They're playoff team still. And I think just he doesn't smile a lot. I've noticed that. I mean, he's not really a smiler. He's always he took some shots at some other coach too, I think, recently too, after a game. Yeah, he's a tough dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's not playing around, and he's a good coach overall. I mean, to basically, because Aaron Rodgers left because he was too much in control, right? I mean, and obviously he's like, you're not to have that control over Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers won 2 MVPs in a row with it, but like to kind of put that kind of control on Aaron Rodgers, that's why Matt LaFleur is alpha for sure.
Arrogance is really alpha. I mean, it is. And to be fair, I mean, Aaron Rodgers did not win a Super Bowl with Matt LaFleur, so it's not as though he's regressed. Really, I mean, it's still playoff exit, win a playoff game, lose to the Niners. It's what Aaron Rodgers was doing with Matt LaFleur. So it's kind of where they are. They are the most 9.5 win team I've ever seen in my life. They always are like this. They're really good. They run the ball well. They it's tripping me out with Matthew Golden wearing 22. That's just it's just something I can't get used to.
Yeah, what's up with those numbers? Like, some other guy was wearing, like, a quarterback's wearing like 47 for the BYU.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't stand it.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Brady was right about that. Old man Brady said this is stupid. Like, we should not be allowing this. And so but anyways, LaFleur is good. I mean, if there's probably a group of like 4 or 5 coaches where I was like, if I do an okay job drafting, can you get me to the divisional round? The answer is yes, every single time with Matt LaFleur. He's going to do it. They run into these like really odd problems in the playoffs where it's just like they don't play bad, but they just not good enough. And I guess
they're lucky.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember when Jordan Love went out and tore up Dallas 2 years ago. I was like, who saw this coming? And that was kind of nuts. And it always falls flat. I mean, he is alpha for what you said about Aaron Rodgers, but I always like his look because he looks like an undercover cop.
Yeah, it is the look.
He looks like that, like in a Tahoe. Just like, what's up with that guy in that Tahoe right there? Hold on, chill for a second.
He looks like he's going to be on the Sean Ryan podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be like on the.
He's like an 6-hour P90.
Yeah, XXCA.
Yeah, for sure.
6-hour P97. Matt, thank you for coming on the pod.
Yeah, he's got like a 6-hour. Yeah,
he's CIA exposes the UFO. Yeah,
exactly.
Lou Elizondo and Matt LaFleur coming on today. But it's what it looked. That's what he looks like. He looks like one of those dudes. He's got like the fresh, like kind of like cop that goes into neighborhoods he shouldn't go in haircut. That's like he's got that going on. I love the look. I do like that he's a prick too. I think that's important. I think there was a couple of years where coaches were really a thing. I felt like Mike McDaniel kind of guys where it's like, Captain Planet, let's hold hands. It seemed like that was the way people want to do it. But like Matt LaFleur quietly has just been like, no, like this is what we do. We do West Coast offense. We run the ball. We have wide receivers that can't catch very well, and we have quarterbacks that throw a bunch of interceptions, and we have like a defense that's always good, never great, and somehow we're in the divisional round every year. It's a constant in a life full of variables. He's a constant. I say Alpha.
Yeah. The floor too. I started to think, those Packers teams aren't that good either.
No,
when you think about it, like talent wise.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the wide receivers. I mean, the offensive line's cool. I mean, there's not a lot of superstars over there. You know what I mean? Like, Josh Jacobs, of course, but they got him last year. But, on defense, you got Kenny Clark, but he's getting older. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of.
Just like
he's gone, right?
Yeah, they just like, he just straight up was like, I don't want you around us anymore. Yeah, it was. They'll throw you. Yeah, I'm trying to think who they're like stars. I mean, they always draft kind of good players.
Yeah,
they don't usually have a lot of busts, I don't think. But like the McCarthy era with the Packers, they had stars, and then I think they had the depth issues. Like I felt like they had a lot of problems with depth, but it's completely. They're just a solid. They're just like a solid B across the board. And I think they overperform that solid B every year, but just never to the degree that their owners and shareholders want.
Yeah, exactly.
The Steelers of the NFC. Yeah,
they are the Steelers of the NFC. I think it's a great call.
Yeah, I'm having an alien landing outside with this dust storm. So I don't know if you guys. I wish I could show it to you guys.
Phoenix Lights,
crazy.
Phoenix Lights.
It's nuts.
Phoenix Lights. Yeah,
it's like a wild out here.
Okay, next up.
All right, still in the NFC North.
Okay,
Minnesota Vikings 8.5 win total.
Ooh, okay.
Interesting.
Really?
Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell. Yeah. What do you
got? And JJ McCarthy. It is JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. I think it's the ultimate test for Kevin O'Connell. The quarterback whisperer. Conned the Vikings into taking Sam Darnold, you could say. I don't know. Yeah.
The Seahawks. They call them.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the Seahawks. Thank you.
Go ahead, Marcus. Yeah, let's see.
I'm gonna go alpha with Kevin O'Connell for sure. I'm gonna say I'm gonna come a new word for the show. He's a servant alpha, which is like he's kind of nice, right? He's like a nice guy, but you kind of tell he's like an asshole. So he's probably a little passive aggressive with some of this stuff, And but I do think he has a full control of that football team. I mean, they won 12 games one year, they won 9 the next, and they won 15, or 14 last year with Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? You got Sam Darnold, big money. Sam Darnold was a journeyman at that point, right? He was on the Niners, and then he was on the Panthers, Niners, and he's on the Vikings, and then he got paid because of Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell, I think he's probably the best play caller in football. That's in my opinion. I think he is a stud. The things he does with Justin Jefferson and just keeping you from double teaming him is just special. So yeah, Kevin O'Connell is alpha all the time for me. And there's really no debate, especially at this point, man. He just wins with everything. And having Brian Flores in there, letting him blitz everywhere, dealing with that personality, dealing with Justin Jefferson and some of the players that he has. I mean, you could tell. I mean, because I think guys like Jefferson, when they play with coaches that have that mentality, we don't hear about their diva-ness like we did with Devontae Adams, Matt LaFleur, right?
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy. You don't hear about how much Devontae Adams is a diva. Then he comes over here, with fake alpha Josh McDaniels and and Antonio Pierce, who's maybe like an alpha, not in the locker room though, but he's too free with it, right? And he's letting Adams say whatever he wants. And then we saw a little bit of that diva wide receiver come out. And I think Kevin O'Connell has a good way of keeping Justin Jefferson from having that he's just freaking out all the time and stuff.
Yeah, I think when you see somebody hitting the gritty, you go, all right, I got to take care of I just mental note, make sure this guy doesn't go crazy. But absolutely. I love Kevin O'Connell. I think one thing he definitely alpha for me. I can't imagine there's anything that's going to change that. I do, before I give my thing, but I don't know if JJ McCarthy, I think he has under 1,000 snaps in college.
Yeah,
that's kind of with Anthony Richardson. We saw it, right? Like this is his biggest challenge. Do you think he can make JJ into an efficient quarterback?
See, the thing is with JJ, he has under 1,000 dropbacks, but he played 3 seasons.
Oh yeah,
he just played with Jim Harbaugh. so it's like, okay, he has the games, right? That kind of equals out with the dropbacks. I mean, him having under 1,000 dropbacks is just he's just playing with 90s football and everybody else is playing, right. high level spread football out there. Because Drake May only played 2 seasons, he has over 1,000, right? And the same thing with Caleb Williams, but JJ McCarthy played longer than them, and he doesn't. And that kind of, so the games is with JJ. He has more experience. I mean, he has I would say that a lot of the snaps, the dropbacks aren't there. So yeah, if he had those dropbacks, you would feel better about it. But I still think he has the games.
Yeah.
To make it happen.
Michigan snaps count for like 1.2. I feel there's just like a little, I don't know, there might be a little,
and
so like that.
Michigan,
Tom
like
Brady,
the years JJ was there, he's coming out of the game in the third quarter because they're up freaking 52-3 at Minnesota or something. They're just like, I get it for sure, and he's got a live arm. We'll see. Again, Alpha. I think one thing we'd never give Kevin O'Connell credit for is the ability, like you said, divas, wide receivers. You don't hear about them over there. Even though like Jordan Addison's getting like DUIs and stuff and crazy stuff like that. But also their defensive coordinator is a psycho, Brian Flores. And we don't do anything except good stuff. Like, wow, Brian Flores is a great game plan this week. He is crazy. That guy is like that dude. I mean, we've been doing this long enough to where he was a head coach on here of the Dolphins, and he would text Tua like, "You stink." His own quarterback, "You stink." Bring
that back.
Yeah.
Could you imagine getting that text? You're just like chilling at home. He's like, "Tua, you suck." I just want to let you know. I was just feeling that tonight.
Yeah,
that would let you know.
Yeah, is this Brian from Auburn? Like, that one guy. Yeah, and you're like, oh, this is the guy that works at the same team that I do. And but I think one thing I want to see from Kevin O'Connell is he's from the Sean McVay tree, and Sean McVay, you can tell, wanted to eventually become like a ground and pound, run the football guy.
Yeah,
like he did with like Kyron Williams and guys like that, and he's really made a nice run game there. I still want to see that from Kevin O'Connell, is the ability, because you're gonna have to, they do play a lot of indoor games at their home games and when you play Detroit and stuff like that. But eventually, you got to go at Green Bay, which they did win last year. But still, I just I wanted them to add that element to their game, because like, man, if they get that, to me, the JJ thing is obsolete, because that's what JJ had. Was that great run game with Blake Corum and all of those guys. And I want to see that. And I want to see Minnesota get their first title at some point. And I'd love for it to be him. By the way, 6'7", Kevin O'Connell is huge.
Really? Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, he was a college basketball player.
Yeah. He has his mock draftable at his combine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's going to go
backup. Wasn't he a Brady backup?
Yes, he got drafted in the third round. He went to San Diego State.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Good hoop school. That's that's sick. Yeah. So I mean, I'm rooting for them. I want them to win this division. Because I think their defense is incredible. I think their defense could be the best in the NFL this year, especially with Dallas Turner and those guys coming into the fold. They better not do that Minnesota nonsense that always happens to all of their teams in the playoffs. I mean, it's a pretty cursed city for sports. I think WNBA is the only one they have a title. So it's crazy. So Alpha, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Diamondbacks, for that.
Yeah,
that's
right. But I made me go look at the running backs. I was like, I mean, they got Jordan Mason.
Aaron Jones gets hurt constantly, and I think he's more of a dual threat kind of pass game guy. Like, if you could insert like 2012 Adrian Peterson on this team.
Mason's good. Mason,
he's a good pickup.
Mason's that's a good. Yeah. All right, we moving on. Chicago Bears 8.5 win total under Ben Johnson. Now this is interesting. Like a lot of Raiders hype with Ben Johnson over the offseason. And I feel he's flashing a little bit of his personality that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna interject. I'm just gonna take a flyer on Beta with Ben Johnson. Let's go, dude. Yeah. I'm just taking a flyer on Beta. Yeah.
You go Beta?
Yeah.
I was thinking about going Beta too, just because I think that he's a little bit too, talking too much. He's talking too much about the Packers already. You know what I mean? He's not like, he's not like how we could just come out there and win. Let's just go out there and get it done. He's all like trying to talk shit to the Packers, and he thinks he's all arrogance because what he did with Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. But like I don't know who his running backs are over there. He doesn't have Jahmyr Gibbs.
Swift.
Okay, and that's it, right?
That's what I mean. It's not. You're right. It's not what he had.
He's not Jahmyr Gibbs, when you watch him on film, man, he is nuts. And Jahmyr Gibbs is ridiculous. I mean, he doesn't even have Montgomery, right? So he doesn't have the run game, which is what built that whole Lions team. The whole Lions team is built up the run game, Jared Goff play action. Yeah. You know, when the Lions had to get into drop back mode, you know, that offense is still from the 80s. You know what I mean? Like it's the Josh McDaniels offense when they get down and, you know, you're not, you know, you can't run the ball, you can't keep a pace and some of those things, man, you just start looking ugly. So yeah, I'm gonna go Beta just because I get Adam Gase vibes from Ben Johnson.
Big time. Yeah, he reminds me of McDaniels. And look, I'm wearing a Raiders shirt. We're Raiders fans. Everyone could go, you're a Bears fan. You're just mad you don't have him. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how good he is. I mean, he could be very good. I don't know that he will be. I think it's a really bad marriage of quarterback and
so bad.
I think it might be the biggest square round hole.
Someone's getting thrown under the bus here
because Goff is. I mean, and I think this is going to be Caleb Williams' problem, no matter what system he's in. But Goff is a timing guy. I mean, it was Goff made his living over the middle, right? The dagger concept, like all of that stuff, like just really good at that. And Goff knew how to protect himself, how to get rid of the ball, how to do that. And Caleb Williams still does not know how to do that. He never did in college. Look, I was never a huge fan. I'm not saying it's over for him, but it's kind of crazy. And Ben Johnson's the problem. The thing I really don't like about him is, yes, he's a shit talker, but it feels like he was one of those guys that got the job and then was like, let me Google how to talk shit. And then he was like, okay. And he has like flashcards to be like, yeah, Packers, you suck, you know, and it doesn't seem natural to him. It's like he's cosplaying as a shit talking coach. It's as though like he read a book about like how to do that and is doing this. And what's their win total side? It's such an absurd number.
8.5.
No way.
Wow.
No way. Yeah. 6-win team.
Which went, it's weird. Yeah, what they win last? They won like what, 6
About
games?
4.
Yeah,
was it 6?
You know, so their whole
they picked after the Raiders, I think.
Yeah,
so,
at 10.
Hard division. Their whole thing is I guess that Vegas just improved their win total due to Ben Johnson. That's it. You know, it's weird.
100%.
The whole thing is weird. Also, the draft pick. What do you think of the tight end?
That was a shock. I remember. I mean, look, he might be good. I just think that they don't really have the like physicality that Detroit has. Like really, I know they spent on the O-line, and we'll see what that creates. Because it's like you said. I mean, Caleb at this point, like Caleb can sack himself at this point, so I don't blame a lot of the O-line for pass protection. But in the run game, you absolutely are going to need that. And I mean, Ben Johnson, I'm pretty sure. I mean, DeAndre Swift was shipped out under Ben Johnson's watch. I'm not sure if it was his call or not, but it's kind of weird that he's going to like try to do that again. And I just wonder if because the Lions, so much of that was just Brad Holmes, the GM, just like Penei Sewell, you know, all of these guys. I don't really love the Bears roster to the degree that I like the Lions roster, where it's, you know, it's kind of like the Lions roster. It's tough to find holes. They just had a bunch of injury. I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about him here in a second. I'm going Beta for him. I don't like it. It's McDaniels, Gase, Matt Nagy. I know Bears fans. It just reminds me of all those types of guys where they feel like the little dog at the dog park that they have to kind of like assert themselves, only because they probably feel like they deep down don't, you know.
Just imagine in the future you hear like, oh yeah, the great head coaching quarterback duo, Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. No, that's not gonna happen. That's not a thing. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah.
No, not in this division too. I just think this division is pretty legit. I mean, I think you have 3 legit playoff teams in there, and the Bears. So it's like if you take them at the over, that means you're fading these other teams, which I'm not doing, in my opinion. So moving on.
Yeah. Sorry, last thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
I don't think Williams is going to be a fit in this offense either, just because what Jared Goff was able to do, and it's the same. It is the same offense because I was never like a fan of his offense really, And I never really got the whole buzz of it. So that's why I was always a little nervous that he was going to be the Raiders coach, because I was like, oh, I was thinking it could be a disaster if he doesn't get a Jared Goff type quarterback, which is rare. Like, where does those guys exist anymore?
Yeah. And he was talked about. I know there's always a hot offensive name ever since like Sean McVay and those guys, and even McDaniels back in the day. But like, there's been so many of those guys that failed that the whole concept of like, wow, we need to prepare for our meeting. We need to get all the Hall of Famers in to convince Ben Johnson to coach our team. It's like, man, really? I mean, this guy's going to be his first job. It's not like you're trying to bring Bruce Arians out of retirement. It's not like you're trying to bring these legends out of, or like these guys that are going to win. And I'll tell you this way too, Chicago, it's also a scary job because when you take a quarterback number one, and Caleb Williams was not just number one, he was like number one in the way that like Andrew Luck was considered number one. I didn't see that, but that's how he was talked about. It was all about losing for Caleb Williams. Even Trevor Lawrence was like that to a degree, but that's a coach killer right there. If in 2 years, if Caleb Williams is not great, you're gone and he might be gone. But even then, Trevor Lawrence got paid. His coach got fired, right? Like when you talk about it, it's like they usually keep the young quarterback and throw the coach away. So, yeah, it's nice to go somewhere where you have a quarterback, but that quarterback can get you fired. 100%.
Yeah, Caleb has the talent, but I don't know about the offense. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's do this.
All right, Detroit Lions 10.5. Dan Campbell 10.5 win total.
I mean, I'll take the over on the win total for sure. And at least 11. I think they can definitely hit 11. I think they're still good enough. But of course, this is alpha for me. Just having, this is a crazy man going on fourth downs when he shouldn't, and just having that, just changing Detroit, man. I mean, the Raiders need a coach like that. Just comes in and just Raiders just start winning like that, and takes over the atmosphere of what the Raiders should look like. Everybody's worried about Vegas. Everybody's talking about being telling me that's not going to happen because it's Vegas. I'm like, let the Raiders go 15-2, and then go 12-4, and then 15-2 the next year. It's going to be all Raiders fans in Vegas. So are you crazy? It's not going to be anybody else. It's going to be people. They're going to buy all those tickets. People are going to be saving up, taking out 401ks. It would be crazy, man. Seriously. But that's what Dan Campbell brings. And, he had at that first press conference. That's what I'm talking about, the difference between him and Ben Johnson. He didn't say anything about beating anybody else. He said that what he's going to get his players to do. And, he built that toughness. And, I mean, it's just the way they're set up. They run the football. They built their team to run the football, drafting running backs high, drafting linebackers when people say they shouldn't. Analytical guys say they shouldn't do that. They don't care over there. They come to just play football, which I love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go alpha for Dan Campbell. He's starting to piss me off, though, man. You know what I hate, man, is the fourth down thing is one thing. And I feel like it fails so often, like in these big games, that it's kind of like, okay, whatever spreadsheet's telling you, man, like, kick a field goal. You have a good kicker. Kick a field goal. It's okay.
He doesn't use a spreadsheet. He just goes with his gut.
Yeah, which, again,
maybe he needs the spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the problem is what I hate is in the media is he can never be wrong, right? Is like, so like, when there's a time when like everyone at home's going, just take the points, Dan. And it'll be like 4th and 5 too. It's not even like 4th and 2, and he'll go for it. Be like, just take the points, Dan. After like a false start on 4th and 1, like he'll still offense out there, and then you take the points, Dan, and then he'll kick the field. They'll blow it on 4th down or whatever, and someone goes, "You're just saying that because you would have, they didn't get the 4th down. You're just saying it's hindsight." I'm like, no, I said it before that. Like it wasn't meant to be. And then in the press conference, all he has to do is cry, and then you're like, well, he trusted his guys, and I'm like, is he immune from scrutiny, like whatsoever? And now part of it is because he took a team from the dumps and they're a perennial playoff team. So he's got a longer leash than probably almost any coach. Yeah. But I can't stand it because I want them to be good. I really like what they're doing. They're perennially a poverty franchise. I say that with love because my team's one of them too. So anytime they start moving up, I start thinking we can do the same thing and move up together. And but it's just, I'm getting sick of the kind of like after a while you got to go up and just go, yeah, I screwed that up.
No, I agree. I watched a video on they did one of their fake punts, and I watched a video on it, and they didn't even get the look that is supposed to trigger the fake punt. Yeah, where there's like a guy lined up, like in the B gap on the right or whatever, and they were just like, well, we're just going to do it anyway. And I'm like, okay, you're not being smart about this now. This isn't, you're gambling at this point, and you're just, so it's, and of course the play just got crushed immediately because they didn't get the look, so it's, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. But he's cool. He's fucking tight.
Yeah, I think they're still going to be really good this year. I think people are sleeping on them. I think some people are going under on their win total a lot. I saw a bit from Vegas. I don't think the Ben Johnson thing is going to be that big of a deal. But I think Aaron Glenn's definitely a loss. But they're also going to get so much healthier on defense because they had so many injuries last year. And with Hutchinson and these guys back, they should make some noise.
Yeah, they're going to be good. I'm not worried about that. They're too loaded.
They're loaded.
They're loaded.
Next up, next division.
All right, I like this. NFC South we're on to now.
I love this division this year so much.
Yeah. Carolina Panthers, 6.5. I'm hammering that over this year. Dave Canales. Let's go.
Man, I feel like we're on an alpha run here. But I'll go alpha with Dave Canales too. I think Dave Canales benching Bryce Young took a lot of balls. I mean, he did that quick. That was his third game. Yeah.
It was a tasteful bench. The tasteful bench, not it was a very.
He wasn't mean about it. He just said, "Hey, we gotta figure something."
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, man, you suck, and you suck ass, and my guys are open, and you're not doing this." And Bryce Young took it and then came back in. He played pretty well after that. So I think that was a big difference with Dave Canales and kind of maybe sending a message to the locker room. You could definitely tell he's running that place, and I think the Panthers are going to be really good. I think Xavier Leggett's really good.
Me too.
Because I was watching him a film against I was watching the Broncos when I was doing my Bryce Young stuff, and man, was he working past Surtain. I was like, oh man, you're a rookie, man. So that's what I'm saying. So I think Bryce got somebody big time to throw to. I think they probably play better on defense a little bit, and then JC Horn's a really good player. He's starting to get some recognition. He got paid. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of things that they do really well. And I just like Dave Canales, and him working with Baker Mayfield too, who is definitely a dick. You know what I mean? So that type of dude, and controlling him and getting the best out of him, and then he ends up getting paid, and then he looks better than ever still. So Dave Canales does a lot of work. Yeah, he's out for sure for me.
I think he's like a Kevin O'Connell in training. Like he's almost like I think he has a chance. Like again, saving Bryce Young because to be honest, I thought Bryce Young was unwatchable at the beginning of his career. I was like, oh my gosh, like
awful.
I liked him coming out of college, and then you'd hear him talking. It looks like he works at like the T-Mobile store or something. You're like, oh man, this guy, I don't know. He's like, yeah, I'm Bryce. You having trouble charging that thing? Like you look like that. And I was like, man, am I just wrong about it? Like,
what was the music he was hyping? He's like, oh, I really love this one track. And it was like, what was it?
Yeah.
No, it was like, but it was like the gayest band or so. I don't know. It was like, I don't know.
Which is fine. Again, which is fine. Like, and he's like from Vegas. I think guys that are like from Vegas can be like that. Like Bryce Harper, they're kind of corny people. Like they could just be like, I'm not trying to say, I mean, that's my hometown team, I guess, but like there's like they can be kind of like they'll go see Creed not as a joke, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll go see Nickelback not as a joke. Like they'll be like, no, it's not ironic or anything. They're from there. I know it's that Bryce Young, but I'm like, Bryce Young played for Nick Saban, like, and this is how he was. I was like, Nick Saban is he went about a dick. Like I mean, like probably the number one. I mean so with Canales, I was just like, man, in this generation where like quarterbacks we were almost to a point where quarterbacks could like sue their coaches for like poor coaching. It was we were really getting to this like coaches can only fail quarterbacks. They can only quarterbacks can never fail. Coaches can only fail quarterbacks. And then you realize after a while it was like, no, that was good. Like that was good. They benched him, and Young came back in and played on time. I think he trusted himself a little bit more, and that's Canales. I think they're going to be a good team this year. I think they're going to be a frustrating team. I think they're going to lose some close games, but they're going to be in the 30s. I think they're going to beat teams that they shouldn't. They're going to lose to teams that they should beat. And but I wouldn't be surprised if they snuck in 8 wins randomly. Like I would not be surprised if they did. Yeah. I like McMillan a lot. I like him in that offense a lot. Jalen Coker is a stud.
Hunter Renfrow?
Yeah,
Hunter Renfrow.
Hey,
Renfrow. Did Renfrow make the team? He made the team?
I don't know. Point. That's tomorrow. We're recording this the day before cut day. Yeah, that's a good point. And then so Chuba Hubbard, they have a good offensive line and a good run game too. Chuba Hubbard, and I think they drafted they signed Rico Dowdle. He's a good player too. So I'm like, this is a good. Those are 2 Nickelodeon running backs. Like I love that.
I'm pondering taking Bryce
I
late round quarterback. Fantasy.
did.
Okay. You took it?
Like,
Oh, okay.
It's
They're
great. I don't
gonna
know. I
pick-
can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe.
No, they're going to shoot out. They're going to be in shootouts all year. I'm telling you.
Dude. Yeah.
It is fantasy draft week, huh? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had one. I took him as my quarterback too. I had Jaden Daniels and Bryce Young. So
Well, you got Jaden? Okay.
yeah, I took him really early.
I'm in a dynasty league. Oh, I have Jaden in my dynasty league. I got to make sure I lock him up.
for a long time. Yeah,
That's nice.
All right, next up.
All right. New Orleans Saints 5.5. Kellen Moore.
This one's interesting. I was thinking. I was trying to think of this one where you guys were talking.
Yeah,
I'm going beta here, just for what I would say, just the personality I feel like I get from Kellen Moore. Like we don't know anything about the Saints. I mean, we got no buzz or anything. I don't even remember his press conference. He had to have a press conference, right?
I've never heard him say a word in my life. I've watched him since he was a college quarterback.
Do the Saints exist? Like, to be honest, the only reason you know about the Saints is
Yeah.
maybe the quarterback battle, but nothing's happening with the Saints at all, man. The Saints are just kind of duds right now. We don't know about their coach.
No one thinks they're going to be good. No one. Yeah, they're like number one pick status this year.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. If they're the number one pick, I mean, I think Arch Manning comes out.
He's so sick.
Dude. Yeah, and then because I don't know if his dad really enjoyed playing there that much.
I know you said that, but I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's close to home though. You know what I mean, it's their home team. He might be a Saints fan.
Big time.
No, you're right. I've never heard Kellen Moore speak. He kind of looks like one of those like the organized Bernie Sanders rallies. Like he has a weird look to him where I'm like, this is football. Like when I look at him, this feels like you coach another thing. I have no idea. I even though my guys got Ashton Genty, I've always hated Boise State. I always have. I've been to the field, like I've seen it from the outside. I hate the blue turf. He was a beast though when he coached there. The thing is though, is he's like a failed offensive coordinator. I just don't. I'm sorry, Philly is good. Like he was bad with the Chargers. Justin Herbert, they were bad.
See, the thing is, Kellen Moore thinks he can do what Bill Belichick does on defense, which is I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make a totally new offense for this week. He does that. That's his thing. And that was he thinks he's like Bill Belichick or something on offense, which is kind of crazy. I really feel like with the offense, you should have a scheme because then you have to have really, 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 really smart players who can pick up things fast. If you're adding things weekly, that's when you watch with the Cowboys, guys be running into each other sometimes, running routes and things like that because he's adding things. So like 1 week is running this system, 1 week is West Coast, 1 week is Air Coryell. Like it's just all these type of systems. He just decides that week what's going to happen. And when you have Saquon Barkley in that offensive line, you can just run the ball. But we'll see what happens with the Saints. But that was always his issue. Like you have to have smart wide receivers. You also have to have really smart players all around you to really run that type of system because on defense it's a lot easier to do that because there's not like all these different things that defenses really do. It's just how you match up. And if you're adding new routes and new concepts and stuff like that and adding terms and stuff, defense is like the same terms. It's easier to do. There's less, like what I would say. I can't think of the word, but just less bullshit is what I would say. I was trying to be smart here. Just less bullshit in defensive play calls. So you could do that, but with the offense, you can't do that type of shit. And he that's why he always fucks up. But
yeah, and I think one thing he's got going for him is nobody expects him to do anything this year. I mean that they were in cap hell for a long time. They're not really a well-run organization like typically with like that Mickey Loomis. Like their picks, like their draft picks are like okay a lot of times, but they're never that good. I think they did the right thing though. You take the offense. I think they took Kelvin Banks, take a tackle, just start building the line, see if you can run the football. They'll probably trade Alvin Kamara halfway through the year, to hopefully not the Chiefs. But they'll do something like that. They'll recoup a bunch of picks. LSU, New Orleans people are more mad about Brian Kelly right now. He's way more on their minds in terms of somebody's got to get shit done here rather than them. So he can kind of just chill for like a year, and who knows, maybe there's a couple games where Tyler Shuck or Spencer, which they still can't pick a quarterback. I don't know why. Like, just pick one, just throw it, freaking flip a coin. Who cares?
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter. I would go with Shuck personally because Rattler, I'm just not sure. I just don't think he's very good. But he's got that going for him. Like that, nobody wanted that job.
No,
nobody wanted that job. So hey, if he does well there, then I mean that's alpha in itself. I don't care who you are. Like you bring the Saints back, you're good. So next up,
we got the Atlanta Falcons at 7.5 total. Raheem Morris.
I'm going beta with Raheem Morris, just because I think even how he handled the Kirk Cousins thing a little bit, drafting. Kind of bringing in Kirk Cousins, paying him, knowing that you're going to draft somebody. I mean, because they had to know they were drafting quarterback at 8 the whole time. Michael Penix was not the top guy on the board. I don't care what they say.
Yeah,
So that was kind of dirty in my opinion. I think they did Kirk Cousins a little bit dirty there. You sign him, you pay him this money, you think he's a starter, and then you draft the guy right behind him. But a lot of pundits would say that you should do that just because his age and stuff like that, and he might look right, but he might have picked the wrong guy too. So, when you take Michael Penix that high. And just going with that type of thing, and he didn't play very well last year when I watched him on film. So it didn't work out the first time as a coach, right? What did he do the first time? The first time,
he was one of those guys that was like had like a winning record and got fired. I remember that. Like he was like a Lovie Smith kind of like I think he did because I will say he went like 10-6 with Josh Freeman, so that was kind of crazy.
That was another dude. That was what's his name? That was him, huh? He did do that.
With like Josh Freeman and like Vincent Jackson, rest in peace. Like they had like kind of a wild team, like just a team that you just didn't expect to be very good. But then after, I think I'm with you though. Like it's just like I don't know. Like his defenses, like with the Rams. I mean, you have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and all that stuff. Like of course they're good, but the minute the Rams lose all of them, then bring in this other guy, the Shula guy, and they look like incredible, and all of that. I don't know. I kind of just feel like Atlanta has a pretty good roster. I mean, they went all in, man. I'll tell you right now, his defense, they got James Pierce and Jalen Walker. So this is going to be, they were last in pass rush in every metric last year, I think. And that's not going to work, obviously. And he makes that work, then sure. I mean, they can win this division without really, I mean, Tampa will be tough, but they can win this division. And I don't know. I just find him very uninspiring. I've heard him speak a couple of times, and it just sounds like a guy who like works for the NFL, like just like a guy who's like an NFL employee on a broadcast or something. You're just like, all right, you don't want to give me much, that's fine. But I think the Falcons. I think they're a very intriguing team. I think they have one of the best running backs in football. A guy could easily win the all-purpose yards title this year without question, Bijan Robinson. But the problem is, I saw that both their tackles are going to miss a long time, and you got Michael Penix, who. We didn't really see him get hit a lot last year, and people forget about his injury history. It's bad. Like, it's really bad. So them losing those tackles is kind of scary because their offensive line was a big selling point. But I like their receiving core. I like their weapons. I like Zach Robinson, even though last year he wasn't quite what I thought he was going to be. Didn't run a lot of play action, which I found strange. So they got to get it together. There's no reason the Falcons shouldn't win this division. They have no excuses, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you think they're going to win the division over the Bucs?
They should. I like. You should be able to go to. They beat the Bucs twice last year. So who else did you lose? You lost to the Panthers the last week of the year when you could have got in. It's like they beat the Bucs twice. I mean, it was tough, hard fought games. Like you can. And I'm sorry, like Drake London's really good. Darnell Mooney is a really good receiver. They got him for nothing basically. And then people hate on Kyle Pitts. I don't think he's bad. He's just not the number 4 overall pick over Chase Poole, unfortunately. Bijan Robinson and a good offensive line when they're healthy. It's like if you these two edge rushers from the SEC that they traded. I mean, they traded next year's first round pick to the Rams for it. Which, damn, of course the Rams come up like that, So they should beat them. I mean, like I don't know if they will because it's Raheem Morris. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm good with the beta too because I remember he replaced John Gruden as like a different personality. John Gruden's
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you can't. Yeah, those are tough shoes, personality wise.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Hey, that might be Gruden's next team, dude. That'd be crazy.
Yo,
That would be wild.
Gruden to the Falcons would be kind of lit. I think I'd be kind of sick with like him eating Chick-fil-A and stuff in the stadium.
Derek Carr comes out of retirement.
Oh yeah.
Fries, let me tell you. Yeah. But next up, we already talked about them a little bit, but
we're rolling into the Bucks 9.5. Todd Bowles.
Alpha Todd Bowles, Mr. Blitz. He's crazy, man. Anybody who blitzes, goes cover 0 with the game on the line is nuts. He's definitely an alpha at home. Definitely his wife makes him sandwiches when he wants a sandwich, for sure. Definitely. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that takes just balls, right? And it's like being aggressive. We're attacking. We're going to attack you at all times. I don't care who you are, what you do, how you play the blitz. I don't care. I'm going to attack you all the time. And, him and Baker Mayfield have a match personality, I think. And I think that's why Baker really likes playing for him, because Baker's tough and, breaks tackles and, runs people over and stuff like that. And they kind of have a tough mentality on offense and defense. They run the ball hard. They play hard. That's why I think they're going to win that division. I think they're the best team in the division. They got the best quarterback in the division. Just by far. I thought Baker was, even though Baker can throw 30 interceptions, so he can't make me eat my words here. But I think he's got that moxie back to him, and he's just balling out there. So he's comfortable. He's getting coaches hired, right? A coach we'll talk about later on. But I really feel like that he is he's ready to go. Right? And I think that Todd Bowles is running that ship. And like I said, he's just the type of guy. His wife tells him to make a sandwich. She goes.
Yeah, I was thinking, you got me thinking about maybe that's how we could evaluate coaches. Like, say you got 3 candidates to pick from. I just want to look inside. Hey, do you mind if we put a Ring doorbell cam like inside your kitchen? I just want to see how nice your house looks.
Don't worry about it. It's just forget it.
Forget it. I'm like, get them off my list. Or my coach is like, my coach is like cleaning the countertops. I'm like, get out of here. You're not.
Which coach is getting pegged in the kitchen? That's the question.
Just something crazy. Yeah, just something wild. Yeah, I mean, there's there, but the like. I will say, Bowles rules. He's like a nice version of like Brian Flores. I mean, I'm assuming he's like, he does like the same thing where he's just blitz all day. If you're a rookie quarterback, you hate him. I think that's if you're playing. I think Jaden Daniels last year, I bet against. I'm in a survivor pool. One of my things is if you're a rookie quarterback in the survivor pool and you're playing Todd Bowles week 1, I always pick Todd Bowles against you as my lock of the week. Because even Jaden Daniels, they sent hell at him the whole time, and he lost his first game. I mean, obviously Jaden Daniels is incredible, but when your first game is against Todd Bowles, he will just open the gates of hell on you. And they don't have like the best defense. Their defense isn't like incredible. I mean, they have Vita Vea, they have Kalijah Cansey is really good. They're really good up the middle and stout and solid other places. But like their DBs, I would never say are like all world, despite just being pretty good.
Decent.
Yeah, decent. I will say I think they're going to miss Liam Cohen pretty bad. I don't know who Josh Grizzard is. That I had to look him up.
Josh Grizzard.
Josh Grizzard is their offensive coordinator.
Okay.
I've never heard of him. I don't know
Potential
where
alpha.
Never heard Josh Grizzard.
Yeah.
No, you haven't, right? Like, which is crazy. Like, if you haven't, then I know I'm. Yeah. So he's from the franchise. He was basically, I think he was third down coach. He was the third down pass game coordinator and the eye in the sky for Liam Cohen.
Yeah, they're just making up jobs now these days.
That's a fake job. Yeah. They gave you a fake. That's like Todd Downing with the Raiders.
Nepotism right there. How can we get more of our kids in here?
Yeah.
Passing game coordinator. That's a good one.
Down.
Passing game coordinator. Third down coordinator.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. Which is, what I'm saying? Like I think that's going to be a bit of an issue is the Liam Cohen situation, because Baker Mayfield had Liam Cohen and Dave Canales. Those are two very good play callers, in my opinion. Yeah. I like the run game. I think Bucky Irving's a beast. I think they'll still be very competitive. But I'll tell you right now, these Falcons, man, they play week 1, by the way. That's going to be a great week 1 game.
Yeah, you believe in Michael Penix, man. He had a penis written out the other day on him.
And you know what? He didn't say a damn thing either. Just like, you know what? Call me whatever you want. I'm going to go out there and throw my left. I want a good left-handed quarterback again. Tua doesn't do it for me. I want a good. Yeah. I didn't really like him coming out in the draft, but I mean, he does strike me as a very fun quarterback to watch, because he either drops a dime or it's like a wild,
the worst pass ever.
Charlie Sheen Major League Wild thing. Like, you're like, I love it. That's fun when you don't care about a team. You turn that on and that's what's happening. Love it. So that's great week 1 matchup. So next,
All
next
right,
division?
NFC
Final
East.
NFC division. Yeah.
Yeah, we got.
We still have the West too, right?
We do. Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Right. Yeah.
We got. I like this guy. Speaking of sandwiches, I got a soft spot for this guy. New York Giants, Brian Dable, and this is a tempting over 5.5. I must
What's
say.
the sandwich aspect of this?
Oh, just he's big dude, and
yeah,
I mean, is he a great coach? I don't know, but is he an alpha? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way that I mean, when you watch that, remember that front office Hard Knocks, which I hope they do that again because that was a dope show. Maybe they didn't do it this year. Nobody liked that. They embarrassed him too much. Got Joe showing clips of Saquon Barkley all year.
Yeah.
Like nobody's like, we're never doing this anymore. NFL films. This is over. But yeah, just him watching that and, just the way he's carried himself, the way he was with Josh Allen and, even the way he was with Daniel Jones and, they do things his way. And, is it leading to wins? I don't know if he's a good coach. Yeah, I would say, right? But he's definitely an alpha. Like if he's an offensive coordinator, I think, he's running that offense. He's probably going to like a defensive coach like Sean McDermott, right? Where he's going to have somebody trying to tell him about the offense or what to do, right? And things like that. Like let's say if Chip Kelly got a job and then he gets fired or something like that, he would probably come and be over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And be with the Raiders or something like that. And just be under Pete Carroll because it's like the type of thing where Pete Carroll doesn't have to do too much of the offense. Yeah. And then Brian Dable is just like over there in full control and doing his thing. So, yeah, he's just that type of guy. And I think he the way he carries himself and just the way he attacks people too, man, just how he calling Daniel Jones out like the first week of their game together for some stupid ass decision he always makes when Daniel Jones has that great drive and he just looks in the air and just throws the ball straight up in the air for no reason. That type of shit that he loves to do. Yeah, that's Daniel Jones. And him yelling at him that first day, I was like, oh, okay, you're for real. You're for real with that shit.
I like him. He's second highest odds for first coach fired. So
okay, I can see that though.
Yeah, plus 400 if you think he's in New York. So New York's always going to do it quicker than anybody else. The New York media machine will throw your ass out there. It just will happen. However, I think he did a really good job. Him and Joe Schoen, you would imagine they'd both be fired at the same time. Just because that I think they came in together or at least have had a few go rounds together. And I think I think they both did a really good job of you can't fire me this year things where who was their first pick? I know they picked Dart as the second one, but their first pick was
Carter.
Yeah.
Carter. Abdul Carter looks like a beast. So their defense is going to be good this year. It was not bad last year. They couldn't keep them off the field. But with Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau, that's a nasty defensive line. Yeah. They got a few guys at corner that I liked. I can't remember exactly who, but they did a pretty good job in free agency. But they get Jackson Dart. So if they start 1-3 and 1-4 this year with Russell Wilson, he's already left himself that like, hey, you can't fire me before I put in Jackson Dart.
Yeah, exactly.
This young kid's career. I love that. That's alpha as hell. When you just go in there, it's like you can't fire me now, haha. Because you never want to do that. He's had 4 coordinators in 5 years, and that's why Jackson Dart ain't gonna get his 5th-year option picked up. So you immediately it's like trying something new out in the bedroom when you're saving a marriage. It's like you bring in Jackson Dart.
I feel they would have fired him by now. I don't think they will because I feel they would have by now.
They're probably the GM, probably. I bet.
Yeah,
maybe.
I feel they like him or something. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah.
The GM took Evan Neal, who I thought was going to be great, but he stinks.
Yeah,
that's a bad pick. So I don't know. I mean, they have this is a really tough division. I don't expect them to win it or anything, but I think they're going to be a tough out. I wouldn't be like picking against them in a survivor pool. I think they're going to beat people up a little bit on D. That pass rush is going to be nasty.
5.5 total. Yeah.
5.5 total. Yeah. Again, the division's tough. The division's really tough.
Mm-hmm. They're going to beat the Cowboys once. Dude. Come on.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's go. Next up.
Yeah. Next up. Let's do the Cowboys. Brian Schottenheimer, 8.5 win total. I'm just taking flag. Just for fun, Alpha. Why not? Just so fuck it. Let's just see what he does here. That's me.
That's your shot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm going beta with Brian Schottenheimer because I just remember him from like Hard Knocks, and I just remember him from just being too I don't know. He's just kind of goofy. I think he's kind of a goofy dude. He's really not like his dad. His dad is like intense, totally intense guy who's just, really doesn't do a lot of the stuff that Brian Schottenheimer does on the sideline. Like Brian Schottenheimer, like is just always joking around. He's always really never taken seriously, in my opinion. Even when he's talking with Mark Sanchez and all those guys, that's what I remember him. I remember him from Hard Knocks, just being kind of just goober, being a damn goober. So that's why I'm going beta here. Nothing more than that, really. Though breakdown analysis, I mean, he did a good job with Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
that's something. What Russ likes to do is what he does is Air Coryell. His kind of system is kind of older. That's why they brought in George Pickens, probably because they want to throw out field. And they would do that with Dak, and Dak's coming back. But Schottenheimer is a beta because you kind of got to be a beta to be a Jerry Jones. Just keep it real. I mean, you almost besides Mike McCarthy, and I think McCarthy was in there being a little tougher there. But if you get too tough, you get out of there. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna miss Mike McCarthy this year big time. I think he was a good coach. In fact, when the Raiders were looking for a coach, people just think he sucks just because it's the Cowboys, and whenever they do anything bad, like it's the worst thing of all time, just because of the spotlight that they have in the pool. The Cowboys documentary on Netflix is unbelievable. Jerry is the man. Jerry is. I love a Maverick owner. Obviously, being a Raider fan, how could you not love a Maverick? Yeah. Him and Al were friends and stuff, and just respect between each other. The problem is it's less about being Jerry Jones's coach, which I do agree makes you a beta just by nature, but he's a Schottenheimer. I mean, his dad was a hell of a regular season coach. And if you're the Cowboys, what's your biggest problem since Troy Aikman? You can't win playoff games.
Yeah, it's very true.
So what do you go get? A damn Schottenheimer? I mean, in medieval times, they would just when I say blacklist, there's a worse term is what I would say, but they would just take out that whole last name is not allowed to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And it would be like reverse nepotism. You'd change your last name. My name's Brian Schott, and I'm a downfield passing threat. Brian Shotgun. That'd be my name because Marty Schottenheimer. You have. Back in the day, the Browns, the Drive, John Elway, Marty Schottenheimer's coaching the Browns. All those Charger teams, the Chiefs teams with was it Joe Montana's Chiefs teams?
Montana,
they were all raw.
Rich Gannon ones,
yeah, they were raw. They were good. And then of course the 15-1 Chargers where they were number one offense, number one defense, and 32nd special teams, and they lost them.
Incredible. That was North Turner. His team was 14-2, and that was the year that Tomlinson broke the record. But then they ran into Mr. Brady.
That's all right. Yeah, that's such a Charger thing to do. Let's just be number one in two things, and then your special teams is god awful, and you can't even punt.
That's my favorite Chargers team of all time.
They were unstoppable. I mean, it was unreal. So. I would just say, when you're a Schottenheimer, dude, I just wouldn't hire a Schottenheimer. I just wouldn't do it. And it's no disrespect because his dad probably has an incredible record. Yeah. But man, you got rid of McCarthy, who did win one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not with you, but with one Super Bowl. And they just, the funny way about McCarthy is they just let him be a free agent, which that never happens anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, they didn't fire him though, right? They just kind of just let him go.
Like he's a wide receiver or something. They're like, yeah, go test the market or something. Yeah. and the only team that called him was the Saints, and he was like, I'll go fishing for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Mike McCarthy's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back next year, and I'll be pulling for him. So next, I will say one last thing. I don't think the Cowboys are nearly as bad as people think they are, though. I really don't. I think they did. I really like their draft this year.
It was a good draft.
As a Raku, Savon Ravel, there's guys. I'm like, wow, they're nice. They're not just dumb Jerry Jones picks, but their free agency is always bad. I feel like their free agency is never good. Even the George Pickens thing, it's we know how that's gonna end.
Yeah, exactly.
You know there's going to be a fight on the sideline, something stupid. Somebody's going to tear an ACL fighting George Pickens, just some dumb thing on the sideline. You can already tell he's going to kick someone's crutches out from under him and or tear his own ACL. Just something dumb, some slapstick comedy thing's going to happen. Schottenheimer the thing is, Jerry, I would say Schottenheimer might be a one and done, but Jerry doesn't do one and done. Jerry is loyal as hell. He just pretends he's going to fire you all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't think they're that bad though. I don't. I actually think they're about an 8-win team. 8-9 win team maybe. And that, like, they won 7 games last year without Dak for most of the year. And you can say what you will about Dak, but he can get CeeDee Lamb numbers. He can do all this stuff. They just don't have no damn run game. That's what I hate.
Yeah. Rico Dowdle still? Is he
he's on Carolina. It's freaking Javonte Williams.
Oh shit!
They could have probably got Derrick Henry if they wanted to.
Derrick Henry was like, I will literally go.
Play. I want to go play for these. Like, no, they're like, no.
As a kid to play for the Cowboys, and like, yeah, you're washed up and you stink. And, and of course he,
we like Rico Dowdle over here. Rico Dowdle.
That was the life name. Yeah.
All right. We got interesting team. I like this guy. Good team. Although I almost slightly want to fade them. This not like a full fade. Washington Commanders, Dan Quinn, 9.5 win total.
Yeah, I think Dan Quinn is a big alpha, man. He's been winning as a coach, a head coach, defensive coordinator. It doesn't matter where he goes, he wins. Even when he got fired at Atlanta, it wasn't like they were awful over there when he got fired. I think it was just they wanted to have something different. But I mean, he went to Atlanta. They got them helping get to the Super Bowl, and then he get to the NFC Championship with the rookie quarterback first year, and then kind of he's become more of the Carroll defense than Pete Carroll, in my opinion. I feel like it's more like his defense, right, and what he does, and playing that man-to-man stuff, and he just knows what to do. He knows who to go hire. Like, I'm not a defensive coach. He hired Kyle Shanahan last time. He went and got Cliff Kingsbury, which I do think Jaden Daniels is a little bit making Kingsbury look a lot better than Kyler Murray did late in the season, but he still went and got a coordinator that can play offense, that could do offense for him, that he doesn't worry about it. He has good hires. He does a good job of getting all those guys together and keeping Kingsbury out of his problems, like what he likes to do. So if he can get all those guys controlled and and work it out with Terry McLaurin, everything he's doing, and then having control of those personalities that you got in Dallas too. You got to talk about like when you have Michael Parsons, they weren't doing too much of this crazy stuff they were doing right now. Same thing with Trevon Diggs and some of those personalities they had over there in Dallas, and how he's able to control those personalities a little bit. He's definitely that type of guy. And to be with Jay Daniels, because Jay Daniels is like so relaxed type of guy, and just to be able to work with him and get the best out of him kind of shows he's a little bit alpha too.
What's up with the mom though? Jane Daniels' mom is she's gonna have to just let him get laid, man. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, Mom. I get it. You do have to watch out. You don't want him to become Josh Jacobs. Like, I understand. I understand that. Like, I get that, but it's like, Mom, like that was like a get you to the NFL thing. Like, she's doing what people scared Deion Sanders was going to do. People were scared LeVar Ball was going to do. Like, she's like sitting in on interviews and stuff. And I'm like, look, it's great. Obviously, I'm sure she's a great mom and stuff, but I was just like that. If you're a coach, after a while, you're like, can we get mom out?
It's cute for like a season, for like a story. You're like, oh yeah, of course she would say, but then
exactly.
And then you're like, okay,
you're 6. You're 6. Is she going to be like? Is she going to have a headset on? You know what I mean? We don't like to run that play.
Eye in the sky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's a third down passing coordinator. Passing coordinator. No, I mean, I joke. Only slightly, though. Dan Quinn's awesome. He's like the cool Sean McDermott, because Sean McDermott sucks. Hard Knocks is awful this year because Sean McDermott is boring and only talks about skin cancer the whole time. He's like, I got this hacked out of my neck the other day. Don't care.
Wow.
Dude, stop. He's so boring. But Dan Quinn is cool. He's like a bucket hat guy. Hat defensive coordinator. Those guys are really cool. I always like that kind of look, bald head, bucket hat, like jacked motorcycle dad guy. I didn't think they were going to win the way they did last year, and they did. I do think we have to, and I think I had Jaden Daniels as QB1 that year, and I mean, gosh, he looks incredible, even better than I thought he could ever look. But there's a chance that we could get a little regression, I think. I mean, it's year 2. It happens. Look at CJ Stroud last year. Now, they took CJ Stroud's left tackle there, and that should definitely help. They pay Terry McLaurin finally. I don't know about that run game. Like, they're talking about this guy with Krosky Merritt now. They're like, yeah, he's great. I was like, okay, I guess he's going to be this awesome running back. I thought Brian Robinson was good for them. I didn't understand that. I think you're going to need to run the ball a little bit to help your quarterback. In that when everybody's got the film on him now.
Yeah, they're probably gonna do the same thing when a rookie quarterback has a good year. They're like, oh, let's go throw 600 times.
Exactly.
Stupidest shit ever. Like I did a shit was Stroud last year.
Yes.
Where Stroud's just kind of throwing too much and getting help from the run game, and they're like, yeah, man, oh, you're so great. Let's just save us every single time. I'm like, nah, bro, he's still 22. Dog. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's get some running backs. Let's get some running game in here. These guys aren't 30.
Do we trust? Yeah. Do we trust Cliff K?
Year 2 of Cliff is scary. I think year 2 of Cliff Kingsbury.
A lot of film, a lot of tendencies.
I would take their under on wins. I don't necessarily feel like there's 9.5. I have a feeling they could have a little bit of like a 9-8 season where a lot of stuff, because like look at what went right last year. A lot of times it balances out. Like a lot of stuff went right for them last year. I mean, you had the Hail Mary against the Bears. They had like stuff like that happen. Again, they manifested it on their own by doing shit the right way. I just know that like, there might be a chance that and then they fire back up the next year. I think they're going to be good for a long time. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they might get the name back too, right? Doesn't Trump always talk about that? Like, he's like, yeah, they're getting the name back. they're gonna put the label back on the helmet. Like
pretty well, man.
Remember Dan's shirt? That was a hard shirt. With the feather.
Shirt. Yeah.
Easy. He's like, wink, wink. You know.
It's like it's coming. We're working with it.
Yeah. Troy Aikman can't adjust. Troy Aikman, because I mean, he had the game plan for the Redskins all those years. He's like, he's like, I'm sorry, that's what they are. Like to him, he's like, dude, he's like on Monday Night Football, which they're going to get a lot more of those games with Jaden Daniels. He's still firing it off. It's fun.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Still call the Redskins.
I think there's always that one team that regresses. I think they're just going to regress for a year and then bounce right back.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I think Jane's really good, so I don't know if
he's awesome. If they traded Terry McLaurin, I would have been like, what are you guys doing? Yeah,
they've been stupid as hell.
Because you have the rookie contract, you can afford to be kind of spend excess on that. Even if you think he's not worth that, just pay him. Like, who cares? You don't want to
keep it intact.
And McLaurin's a beast. I mean, so I love McLaurin. All right, next up.
All right, got the champs. 11.5 total. Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Sirianni.
11.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm still going beta with Sirianni. I don't care. I can't. I can't do Sirianni. I feel like Sirianni is Howie Roseman. He's just like out there just having fun. He's like, hey guys, let's go win a game today. I got AJ Brown and the best offensive line, and I got Devontae Smith. I got Saquon Barkley. I got
does he know
some of the best corners in the league.
I never hear him talk about football. Like, does he know ball? How do you get the job? I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's still the same guy, and he it's just the way he is. He's like a fake tough guy. Like he gives off fake tough. You know what I mean? Like this is why he's always like trying to talk shit to the fans and shit like that. And he puts talk shit to the fans. It's corny. That's corny as fuck, bro. I'm sorry.
I know.
Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like who are you? Like, you know what I mean? Did you call a play? Like what do you do? You don't do anything, right? You just have great players. He reminds me of Barry Switzer on the Cowboys, like a 95 one. That's exactly what I think of, because he's not doing a damn thing over there, and it's not like he could take over the play calling or something bad happened and they start being better. I mean, we saw in 2023, I think he did that, and we're still ass on offense. So it's not like he's a wizard on offense. He's just a guy who has the most talented team in football. It's really what it is.
Yeah, I know. I have to give him an alpha because he was about to get. I have to. It's tentative. It can be taken at any moment because I don't want to give it to him, but. Like the whole Big Dom thing is such like a Reddit thing. I can't stand it. Like, the whole I just stop.
Security officer,
mobster. I can't stand it. I just everybody just talks about how cool that is. It's just he's banned from the stadium. Like, oh gosh, no. I mean, look, they're the best team in football, but by far, and they whooped the Chiefs' ass, and it was a lot of fun to watch. They wanted his ass gone. They wanted Sirianni gone like after like week 2. I remember when they lost to the Falcons and on Monday Night Football, and it was just like, yo, get Sirianni out of here. Like, what does this guy do? And then they're like, never mind, he does everything. He's great because
he doesn't get his credit.
Yeah.
Winning does. But yeah, man, they're a scary team. I mean, when with Saquon run against the Rams in the snow was just like, whoa. Like it was just.
Yeah.
I don't music, the NFL music going.
It's the only reason I'm really going to take the Commanders total. Really, is just like you still have a team better than you. You know, even though I do think Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. I know that's a Jalen Hurts debates are crazy. Like, I think we all know what he is. Everyone just has to like take one side of it, though. Like, I think we all know exactly what Jalen Hurts is. He played his ass off in the Super Bowl. He's capable of playing elite. I don't think game in and game out he is, though. And I think on any team, this obviously would be a drop off. It's fine to say that he's still a very good quarterback. So yeah, they're going to win the division again, though. I would never bet on that. Like, it's tough to bet on somebody being over 11.5, but I guess if I was going to, I mean, it would be them. So
yeah, for real, man.
Yeah,
We're loaded.
Kind of like a Ryan Day, like total square, but he fucking won.
Don't even.
He won, dude. Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do? Yeah,
We can't beat my team. Can't beat him. It kills me.
Yeah,
it's week 1 of college football this week, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm scared. Yeah, but yeah, yeah.
All right, let's keep Marcus's favorite NFL team, Arizona Cardinals.
Yes,
8.5 over Jonathan Gannon. Yeah,
This one's tough.
8.5.
Alpha. I'm going Alpha.
I'm going Alpha with Gannon.
Yeah,
just because I think with the defense that they're playing over there in Arizona, and I think the Arizona team is good. I think Kyler Murray after last year watching on film this summer, I just think he was awful. And the NFL still ranked him 15. I'm like, why? Is it just talent? Like, it's not like he's has something wrong with him or he has something wrong with him, but it's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I don't know. He looked really good in that offense. I think he's a good coordinator. Drew Petzak, I think he's a good coordinator. Right. So they got a good defense, good coordinator. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. You're pretty good offensive line. You got Connor. You have one of the best tight ends in football, Trey McBride. Sure. And you wet the bet, you suck. So it's something there. I think if Gannon had a different quarterback, that it would be a little different for him. But the way the defense plays, they don't even have really a lot of good guys that we can name, and they play good defense. They have Buda Baker, right? But of course, there's some talented guys they drafted. They're solid, Xavier Collins and stuff like that. But there's no studs that you can think of. No elite defensive linemen. No, nothing like that. And they play pretty good defense over there. And I think that's Gannon. So I think he's alpha to me. I just think Kyler Murray is just awful because Kyler Murray has this play last year. We threw an interception against the Seahawks, right? Like it was like a bootleg play, and he kind of just was running around in a circle or whatever. Mm-hmm. He throws it up in the air just randomly, okay? And it gets intercepted, and I'm watching the play on film, and I see the guy just running by himself for a touchdown, and I was thinking, wasn't Kyler Murray just there throwing a pick? So I looked again. This dude's still on the sideline with his hands at it, just watching the guy run. I'm like, dog, the play's still on. You're fast as hell. You can catch him.
Yeah. Damn.
And that's why I would see. This is why I can't be a coach. I said this all the time. I would have cut his ass after the game. Yeah. He'd been traded this offseason.
Yeah, and
for that shit.
He's one of those guys. The problem with Kyler Murray, I'm going alpha for Jonathan Gannon because I love the way he bounced back after that initial. Everybody thought he was just like a goober at the beginning. Like he would do those speeches, and everyone was like, "What is this guy talking about? Is this guy even like a human? He's like a Westworld robot." But that physical teams. I mean, that first year he had with the Cardinals, where they were bad, but they were smacking people on defense. I was like, "Whoa!" Mm-hmm. I was like, "I like that. I like when guys just take over a bad team, but guys hit hard and tackle for him and stuff." You really value that. And I think he's great. Eagles fans, I mean, look, they got Fangio, so it's all as well. But that year they had Sean Desai after Gannon left. They were ass on defense. Yeah, and Gannon was good. So he's definitely good. Like you said, good play caller there. It's a Kyler Murray thing. I'm looking at their draft right now. Solid guys. Walter Nolan, Jordan Birch, Cody Simon. He was killing it in that last preseason game against the Raiders. Yeah. Just good. They're just going to add more good players to their team. But it's Kyler Murray. And to be honest, they drafted, I think Marvin Harrison, if we saw his combine numbers, he doesn't go ahead of Neighbors. And he didn't do any of that stuff. And he still had 8 touchdowns last year, so I'm not going to say he's bad or anything. But they kind of are running out of excuses. And if Kyler Murray played for a bigger market team, he would have been gone by now.
I think so too.
It's Arizona. They let you somebody just says you can just hide him in that 1 p.m. window where you just stink and no one cares.
And he always has a sick highlight where you're like, whoa, and you put it on there.
He kills it on TikTok. Yeah,
for sure.
So, I don't know. I'm gonna go under on that total though, because I actually think they might have a season from hell. I could see them having a season from hell and then getting like Arch Manning. That's when you start when Archie might have to step in because he might not want him to go to the Cardinals.
Yeah,
but I don't know. But also like that'd be kind of cool to go to the Cardinals. I mean, I feel like he'd tear it up there. It's a good team to go to, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So,
I want the over to hit. I want them to be good this year for some weird reason. This division's weird this year.
Weird division. Division. Next up.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of full. I might eat my words. Full fade on Seattle Seahawks. Mike McDonald 8.5 win total. Yeah.
I'm gonna go beta because he just watching this preseason and watching they play in the preseason. He's trying to prove too much to me. Like, what are you trying to prove? Right? What are you doing, man? Like, why are you running that coverage right now? I mean, the Raiders are out there doing practice. They're like, okay, we're gonna practice our inside zone today, guys. Let's focus on inside zone for everything. And this dude, he's throwing everything out, and they're like moving, and I'm like, dog. Did you watch film on this game?
Week 1.
Were you ready?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? I was like, oh, that's some weak shit. Like, to me, and I think I mean, he has some great defensive game plans. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't like that. I don't think that's. I don't like that mentality because it reminds me of Josh McDaniels when you're doing that in preseason. Like, why are you showing too much? This is preseason. It doesn't matter. You don't got to win. Nobody cares about winning preseason. Just like next week, they went and blew out the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, they're out there, like, he's playing hard. He's, like, proving himself and game planning and shit. Yeah. I just don't see it working out for them. Them not working out with Geno Smith, too, and going with Sam Darnold. You kind of just it's going to be interesting to see what they do and him being confident that I guess he's going to get that defense together. I guess they're going to play great defense. I mean, that's probably his goal, and they're going to run the ball. But I think Kenneth Walker is very underrated, overrated. I mean, I think he's an overrated player.
He's never healthy either. It's like, dude.
Yeah. Those 3.7 yards per carry fantasy guys, they get like 10 touchdowns. That's Kenneth Walker because people think he's good because of fantasy and he'll get you 10 touchdowns. But yeah, in a real game, 3.7 is not going to work. So. You know what I mean? So he's one of those guys. Charbonnet is good though. Charbonnet is a good backup.
I know. I was hoping they let him get away to Chip Kelly and get the backup. But yeah, I don't know what to think about McDonald. I think he's the next Dennis Allen. You know what I mean? I think he's the next Dennis Allen, and he's just kind of like obviously smart, knows what he's doing on defense. His Baltimore defenses were unreal. They were really good. Exotic, did a lot of cool stuff. Or wait, was he there or was he Michigan? He was Michigan and then Baltimore, right?
Yeah, Michigan, Baltimore, huh?
Yeah. It's definitely did his thing there. I don't know. We'll see. Because on offense, I don't think they're very inspiring. You look at what they have on offense. JSN's a beast for sure.
Yeah.
It does suck when you only have like him, though, I think. Like just he's very, very good. I think he's
but he's a slot guy.
But it's exactly. Like your one receiver that you have is like a slot guy. That offensive line was really bad last year. Like
they signed some guys there though.
They got Gray's able to, and he looks really good. They were showing him he was knocking back Chris Jones in preseason. I was like, whoa,
no shit.
Man, watch out. Yeah, so that could be something for sure. They went more West Coast on their offense. Was it Clint Kubiak, who again, he was Saints last year, so I don't know how to judge him or not with that offense that they had, but we'll see. I don't know. I could. They're so weird. I could see them like winning the division or being last. I don't know. I really don't know about that. Their defense should be really good. Like I think they should be. I have no excuse not to be on defense. We'll see how that new offense comes in. Because do you want to be the guy that gets Sam Darnold when he leaves KOC? Like, do you want to be that guy? It's maybe you do. Maybe Sam Darnold figured it out. Maybe he's a beast. But
the thing is with some defensive minds, like it's like kind of like Brandon Staley, where you look like a superstar defensive coordinator with this crazy scheme when you have Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey and Patrick Queen and all these other great players, right? I mean, having a safety like Kyle Hamilton makes everything easier for you because he's going to roam the field. He's going to close windows quickly. You know what I mean? And then you go to the Seahawks, you don't have that guy anymore. And that's the thing. Yeah. And when these guys come from college and then go in and coaching really great players, and then you go coach a team where you got to build the great players, that's how you have with Brandon Staley, where you never play that great defensive again because you don't have that same system. NFL's a talent league. We talk about scheme all the time. But it's really, most of the time, it's who's got better talent.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, I mean, it's just you can only do so much. I mean, people see like energy, like when we talk about Jonathan Gannon, like you can see like, oh, they got these guys playing hard, but it's like, but they lost, like they're not. for a
Yeah,
while.
exactly.
When the third quarter, the team adjusts or something. Yeah, I know. I agree. I have no idea how to rank this division. I wouldn't. We'll see. Actually,
Well, neither does Vegas because they're hedging all they're all right in the middle. There's no.
There's a lot
clear,
there's a lot of unknowns.
So a lot of unknowns. Speak of which, the Rams, Sean McVay, 9.5. So they're all right there. I mean, what can we say? About Sean McVay that we haven't said in the last.
I know. He's alpha. Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Sean McVay is super easy, super quick.
Yeah. I know. My dad hates on him all the time. I'm like, dude, you had Jeff Fisher before him. Shut up.
I know, man. You're winning.
Yeah. No, it's just like, I hate the first down run every time. Just change it up. Like, I'm just like, it gains like 6 yards. It's good. Yeah. And it's be interesting with Devontae Adams because on one hand I could see him like cooking big time with McVay. Probably will, but it's all about Stafford, right? It's all about Stafford. Is Stafford healthy? I feel like we hear this every year. Is Stafford healthy? And then he goes out and plays every game. Until they win the division and he rests week 16. Or week 17.
It's old man taking training camp off. My back, my disc. My back's hurting. I got a sore back, coach. Okay, all right. You can sit out training camp. Okay,
sensory deprivation tank just outside the stadium. I'm just getting ready for the season. Stafford's still awesome. Arm still looks incredible. Again, if he takes that one wrong hit, but again, any quarterback that happens.
Don't you want to see Jimmy G, Devontae Adams reunion though on the field? Let's go. Come on, man. Like,
it would be funny, but it sucks though because he'll probably cook with Jimmy. That's the problem. You'll watch it and like McVay's like, I know exactly what to do.
Exactly.
And he'll cook with them. And dude, they're really good. I mean, you look at the guys they've been drafting. I mean, they're such a good drafting team. You really not having first round picks for all those years. You look at what they did without the first round picks. I'd trade it every year too. They would still recoup. They would get comp picks. They'd let guys walk like Corey Littleton, not to remind Raider fans. They would let those guys walk, get the comp pick, and use that and get like a starting corner every single time. It wouldn't be a guy that's a household name, but you'd watch him and he'd be locking up AJ Brown or somebody, just randomly. It would be these types. And last year, right? Who do they want? They want to trade it for Brock Bowers. They try to get aggressive. Oh, I guess we'll take Jared Verse. Awesome, because incredible. Just their Aaron Donald retires. They get Kobe. They get, I think his name's Kobe Turner.
And Brandon Fisk,
first, Byron Young. All these guys are awesome, and I think McVay's a part of it though. Like you walk in and he's starting to turn into one of those like Belichick types, or like one of those guys where like people sprint over to go play for him. And I think Adams is going to cook this year. I do. I think him and Puka. That's an upgrade over Cup. Cup is toast, I think. So
he'll use Adams correctly. He'll do it right.
Yeah, exactly. And Stafford can get the ball to him anywhere. I mean, they're going to be an annoying. Anybody who thinks the Rams are falling off, I'm sorry. You got to wait for Stafford to retire, and even then, they probably already have a plan.
Yeah, probably.
They probably already do. They probably just have like Carson Wentz ready or something. Like they're like, we're gonna bring Carson Wentz and we're gonna run Wishbone. Or something.
It's Stetson Bennett, bro. Stetson Bennett's being ready.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Watch him make the playoffs with Stetson Bennett, man. That'd be some great.
He's been having a good preseason. Yeah, I know. He has been. So, all right, this is technically the last NFC team, right?
Yeah,
it is weird. What's going on here? The Niners, Kyle Shanahan, 10.5. Oh yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah, 10.5.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch them fucking hit it.
I know.
They always do this every year. Nobody knows. Are they going to pay anybody? Are they going to have anybody? And they come out, they beat the shit out of somebody week one, and nobody cares. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Kyle's alpha. I mean, it's pretty clear. I think he is too much. I mean, that's why he doesn't let anybody control his offense, and that's why he likes a little puppet quarterback. He likes puppets. He doesn't like a quarterback that's going to not do everything he likes. And that's why I think eventually I see it on film what Purdy does, and Purdy's actually pretty damn good. Honestly,
I love Brock Purdy.
Right, he's actually a pretty damn good quarterback.
Yeah,
and he kind of runs Shanahan offense really well. But I see a fight coming. I think I'm making my bet this year that we're gonna by week 7 we're gonna see like a sideline fight.
Yeah,
just like Purdy telling him to shut up or something because Purdy does a lot of things that Shanahan probably does not like, which is throw into really tight windows or throw a jump ball to George Kittle. You know, he's not he's a little bit rogue with the offense. He's not Jimmy G, where Kyle Shanahan's pointing, throwing. Brock Purdy's gonna try to make plays and try to do his own thing, and I think Brock Purdy's runs that offense really well. But I think that clash is coming.
Purdy's gonna start the fight because he owns the house now. He's like he's like legit. Like speaking of like, he's like, I'm not waking up in some fucking like Milpitas apartment.
You live in East San Jose, you motherfucker.
Exactly.
East San Jose, and he's like, well, I live in fucking the Almaden Hills now.
Exactly.
I've heard. Here's a funny thing. Niners are in my neck of the woods, so I would always. It's funny. I'm a Raiders fan. All I would ever see is Niners around. I'd see Vernon Davis, Frank Gore, all these people at places all the time, nice guys and stuff. I'm like, man, I wish I didn't hate you guys, And but the Shanahan's funny, man. When you look at how the way he's aged versus like Sean McVay, and these guys are always like tied to each other because they came up from the same coaching tree. Like Shanahan looks rough now. You see, I remember when he was like a whippersnapper, like a little whippersnapper with the visor and in Washington and stuff. And somebody told me that he likes to go to I think he lives out in Morgan Hill now or something or somewhere. I can't remember, but he tears it up. Right? I think Los Gatos, he tears it up at the bars out there.
He's still a bachelor, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, there you go. But yeah, he tears it up at the bar. Like I say, you see him like he's on one out there, which is not super uncommon, I don't think, amongst coaches. Coaches like to drink for sure, but he's out there. They're gonna find a way to be right around this damn number, dude. Like they're gonna be like 9-8, 10-7 or something. It's just gonna work out. McCaffrey's healthy. His Achilles tendon's not made of Funyuns anymore, I guess. Like knee and got some Das Krauten put in his leg or something. I have no idea what he got. He got some sort of thing that we buried in Antarctica a long time ago. he got some ancient aliens, UFO stuff.
Saquon's taking the curse off him too.
When you look at McCaffrey, that's who they'd give it to. You're like,
he's doing some 13th century remedies as you're talking about, some holistic shit.
Something
hermetic principles.
Apparently, when you did joint practice with the Raiders, they were like, McCaffrey looks like he's 22 again. I was like, oh boy.
Okay.
Naturally, I snatched him up in fantasy round one, but so Kittle. I mean, they get rid of Debo, but Debo got fat last year, dude. He was that receiver documentary. I was like, that dude does not look like an NFL player. Like, I would think he was just some fat guy. Like, if I saw him, doesn't he just like DoorDash onion rings to his pad like all the time?
He's a big fat dude.
He's South Carolina, dude. He was probably tearing it up out there at South Carolina. But yeah, he just they're somehow going to get 16 games out of Trent Williams, 16, 17 games out of Trent Williams, and they're going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting. I want to fade that win total, but I feel like Vegas knows something. They know something about Christian McCaffrey's Achilles tendon, and he's going to have some Saquon Barkley style year or something. I have no idea.
I think it's about Salah. I think they think Salah.
That's a good point too. And they drafted some guys that look pretty good. I don't know about Michael Williams. I wasn't a huge fan of him, but Salah, that seems like a good place for him to go. Chase Lucas, like a lot of these guys are good, and so I don't know. I just every year it's like, how are they get Nick Bosa? They're gonna get rid of him, pay him, and he plays. They always do this every year. Everybody's always down on the Niners around this part, and then by week 4 they're like, I don't want to play them. It's because of Kyle Shanahan.